All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We are going to get started with tonight's presentation. My name is Jessie Kennedy. I'm the manager of the John F. Wood Center, and I will be presenting tonight about the Hub Incubator program and also specifically our IgniteLab program. Tonight's session is going to cover an overview of the Wood Center as well as some general information about the Hub Incubator program. We will also spend some time focusing on our IgniteLab as applications are currently open for this program. And I'm also going to spend some time highlighting some of the other programs that we have happening at the Wood Center this fall. And then I will wrap up by answering some questions at the end of the presentation. However, if you do have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to use the Q&A feature throughout the session. My colleague Alex will be responding to any of your questions throughout the presentation. We are also recording this presentation and it will be posted on our website after, so you can watch it back if you need to kind of refresh on any of the information that I talked about tonight. A little brief overview of the Wood Center. So we are a non-academic unit within the Lang School of Business here at the University of Guelph, but we support students, and whether they are from engineering, arts, or humanities, we are supporting them from every academic background. You can be an undergrad or a graduate level student, and you can access all of the services that we have here at the center. Simply put, we're working with all student entrepreneurs here at the University of Guelph. We are hoping to envision a U of G where every student has the chance to develop that entrepreneurial mindset, whether that is through our Hub Incubator program, meeting with our entrepreneur residents, visiting the makerspace, or attending any of our other programs. Essentially, we just want to teach students how to think like an entrepreneur, and we want to teach everyone how to analyze a problem and really tap into that creative mindset to develop solutions. We have so many different workshops, sessions, and topics that are focused around entrepreneurship, and innovation. As I mentioned, tonight's session will focus a little bit more specifically on the Hub Incubator program, but if you determine maybe this program isn't the right fit for you, I still hope you come and visit the center when you're back on campus in the fall, just to hear about all the opportunities that we have available for students. In terms of our team, so as I mentioned, I'm joined by my colleague Alex tonight. He manages our makerspace. So we are located in McDonald Hall, and as soon as you walk into the building, you'll see that we have a makerspace with a lot of great prototyping equipment. It's a key innovation resource that we have here for students. Alex manages that space as well as he coordinates all of the logistics for the many programs that we have here at the center. And Erin, she runs our Hub Incubator program, specifically the IgniteLab and LaunchLab program. For the Hub Incubator, if you haven't heard about it before, we offer 3 specialized programs. We have IdeaLab, IgniteLab, and LaunchLab. Essentially, these 3 programs guide students through every stage of entrepreneurship, more focused on the early aspect of it. And this program, and a really key point that I want to drive home in this session, is the Hub Incubator is intended for innovative and scalable products or software as a service. We do have a new program launching for this fall that meets the needs of other types of businesses, but really want to make it very clear that the Hub Incubator is focused on innovative and scalable products or software as a service. These programs are structured. They typically follow the semester. So IgniteLab runs in the fall, whereas our LaunchLab program runs in the winter. And students will get access to various experts. They will have different coaching sessions, mentorship, and there's essentially entrepreneurial training built right into the program. And there's up to $4,000 in funding through this program. As I mentioned, there are 3 different stages. A common question that I receive is if you have to complete all 3, which you do not. We will have students that will meet with us right from IdeaLab. We'll go through IgniteLab and LaunchLab, and it's really great to see their journey. But we also have had students that will only do the in-person programs for IgniteLab in fall and then LaunchLab in winter, or just jump right into the LaunchLab program. It's really based on what stage you're at in your business, and hopefully the information that I'll provide tonight will help you identify maybe where you fall within the innovation and entrepreneurship journey. IdeaLab is a 6-week program. It's virtual, and it's really meant to help students develop those entrepreneurial thinking skills. How do you analyze those problems? How do you take that kind of analytical approach to tap into the creative mindset and then come up with solutions? You do not need to have a business idea for this program. And where you move into IgniteLab, IdeaLab is a really great stepping stone to maybe help you kind of spot those real world problems, and then maybe you come up with a solution, which then turns into your business idea, and then you might be ready to apply to IgniteLab. This is our fall term program. It's in person. It runs for about 10 weeks of the semester. You do receive a $1,000 stipend. Again, we're looking for those innovative, scalable products or software as a service. And this is our market validation program. So this program is helping students validate those business concepts through customer discovery, market research. We're teaching you how to collect feedback, analyze that feedback, and then maybe you might need to pivot your business through this program. Launch Lab, so this is our winter term program. It is also in person. It's a little bit longer, 11 weeks. You do receive an increased stipend. It's around $3,000. Again, those innovative, scalable products or software as a service. And it is essentially for students that are looking to dive deeper into those essential business concepts. We're talking about budgeting. We're talking about financing, go-to-market strategies, branding, sales. And then by the end of the program, you will have developed an investor pitch deck. For IgniteLab, which is what I'm going to focus on a little bit more tonight, this one, as I mentioned, our fall term program and really our market validation program. So this is a great program for students if you've maybe had a business idea, you've kind of thought through it a little bit, and now you need some additional coaching and support to really see if people would be interested in buying your product or accessing your service. This is not a program for someone who maybe thought of a business idea last night. We need to see that you've put a little bit of time and effort into this program. We really want you by the end of this program to see if there's a product market fit for what you have kind of come up with, and you will have that based on the credible data that you're going to be working on collecting all throughout this semester. We have great sessions where we teach you how do you develop the survey, how do you get out there and connect with potential customers, but then how do you analyze the data based on their feedback to make maybe any necessary changes to your business. We always teach our students that you want to fall in love with the problem, not the solution, because you might need to make changes to your business. Moving into some program details for this fall, you are eligible to apply to IgniteLab if you are a current University of Guelph student or you're a recent alumni, typically within the last 2 years. Applications are open now and they do close on September 20th at 11:59 p.m. The program date, so as I mentioned, it's our fall term program and they will be starting Thursday, October 1st. The program finishes with the market proof pitch competition on Thursday, December 3rd, and these sessions run every Thursday. They're from 10 to 12 and they are in person. I have had a few questions about if you're able to miss half of the session, and unfortunately, you will not be eligible to be a part of the program if you cannot make that full-time commitment. You do receive a $1,000 stipend. You receive $500 at the beginning of the program and $500 at the end of the program based on completion of your milestones. There are a few topics listed on screen there. You'll see that a really wide range of topics that we have throughout this semester. During your sessions, you might have a guest speaker come in for an hour, and then Erin will do some coaching for an hour. And it's a really great opportunity to get connected to folks within the ecosystem. Oftentimes, they're local industry experts. It's also great networking opportunities. And all the sessions will take place in our Hub Incubator classroom, and I will play a short video that will showcase what that classroom looks like. And we're also located in McDonald Hall, which is on the north side of campus. So I'm going to play a short video that will kind of just give you a sneak peek into what the Hub Incubator classroom looks like. So you'll see here there's tables, chairs, there's all the tech equipment. So we will have some potential guest speakers will join if they are unable to make it due to weather or traffic. And it's essentially a great space for networking. It's our classroom that we own. So if you wanted to meet with any mentors after, do any group work, you're more than welcome to use this space. There are mandatory milestones that you must complete in order to receive the second half of your stipend. These include developing your problem statement, there's a market research plan that you have to complete, there's customer discovery exercises, and then the final one is to partake in that market proof pitch competition. In IgniteLab, you will have those bi-weekly meetings with Erin, who runs the program, which is a really great opportunity to kind of touch base on where you're at with your milestones, go through all of your work. And then additionally, you will receive 4 hours of mentorship. And we do have about 20 different mentors on our roster, ranging from various industries and experts. And they are all very keen individuals that are eager to meet with students and kind of support them on their entrepreneurial journey. You will let us know what areas you want to provide or get some more support in, and then we'll match you with the appropriate mentor. Typically, students will have 4 one-hour sessions throughout the semester. They can be virtual, but oftentimes many of our mentors are more than happy to come to campus and meet with you in person. The pitch competition really ends off the semester. It's a great opportunity for you to pitch your business, not only to a panel of judges, but often our mentors will come. I believe we had 50 to 60 folks that came to our pitch competition last year. There are 3 awards that we hand out. The best pitch, that's determined by the judges. The People's Choice Award is determined by the audience. And then we have the Warren and Deborah Jessen Impact Award. And this is also determined by the judges. And this goes to a business that demonstrates the highest community and social benefit, along with a sustainable and profitable business model. Moving into the application information. So as I mentioned, they're open now and they will close on September 20th. There's a lot of great information on our website on how to apply, and all of your applications will be submitted through a Qualtrics form. And I do encourage you to look at the questions ahead of time. We prefer not to receive any, half applications or blank applications for you to go through and see the questions. So for your convenience, we've actually previewed all the questions listed on our website. So I encourage you to start looking at those, maybe make some notes, and then complete the application when you're ready and you have all the information. The questions range from asking about your business idea, what research have you done? Do you have any thought of who your potential customer could be? We essentially just want to see what work you've already put into your business. We do only require 1 application per business. So if you have yourself and a co-founder, you do not both need to apply. We encourage you only to submit 1 application. And just a note that only 2 students can attend the hub sessions from a business. So if you have 4 of you that are working on the business, there will only be able to be 2 of you that can attend each of the sessions. Applicants will be notified of their application status by September 24th. So even if you do apply tomorrow, which is great, unfortunately, we won't be able to tell you the status of your application until September, because once the applications close, we need to review them with our mentors and make decisions. In addition to submitting the application questions, you also are required to submit a 1-minute selfie pitch video. It does not need to be a very well-rehearsed business pitch. We essentially just want to know more about your business idea, and we also want to learn more about you as the founder. For the review process, as I mentioned, we will not be reviewing incomplete submissions, and you must apply by the deadline. We have a great team here and some experts who are on our mentor network, and they will be reviewing applications with us. And as I mentioned, you will be notified by September 24th whether you have been admitted or not into the program. And then also, if we feel that your business maybe isn't the right fit for the program, or you're maybe not at the right stage, we do want to encourage you to still stay connected with us. And we have a lot of great opportunities that are happening throughout the semester, both in the fall and winter here at the center. And I'm going to kind of switch over to the application process just to show you kind of in real time what it looks like. And then I'm going to transition into another entrepreneurial programming that we have available for students this fall. So on my screen now, you'll be able to see our website. So this is just the John F. Wood Center website. And under the tab Hub Incubator, you'll see there is a lot of great information about the 3 different programs. And then from there, you can also head to our application process page. And this has a lot of great reminders about when applications open, what is the process, making sure it's the right fit for you. Again, here's where you can preview all the application questions. So you can hover over to the IgniteLab tab and read all about the questions that we'll be asking you. When you're ready to submit your application, you'll click Apply Now. It's going to pull up a Qualtrics form, and this is what you will be submitting as part of your application. Again, if that program is not the right fit for you, we have a lot of great opportunities at the Wood Center. So IgniteLab is a new offering for this year. This is a pilot program, and this is for students who are looking to develop a business, a service, more of like that side gig. Maybe you're looking to get your first customer or expand your existing customer base. Whereas with IgniteLab, we're actually helping you walk through that business idea a little bit more in that market validation. Whereas VentureLab, maybe you're not necessarily at that stage. You've already maybe started a business, maybe you have a crafting business, maybe you have a power washing business, maybe you have a lawn care business, and you just kind of need some more entrepreneurship 101 coaching. We want to really help you build those skills and confidence and connections to really help your business turn into something more sustainable. This program, as I mentioned, it is a pilot for this year. It is a partnership with the Guelph Wellington Business Center. So they are great partners with us. They will be running the sessions each week, and Alex and I will be coordinating the logistics of the program. The Guelph Wellington Business Center has so many great opportunities for entrepreneurs, and this program here will be a great funnel into their summer company program, where they do have a stipend of $3,000 to go through that program. It's a great connection within the city of Guelph as well. So this is kind of a pre-program to that. Applications are required for this program, so they are open as well now, and they do close on September 20th. And Alex will be able to pop the link in the chat here, and then we will be sure to follow up with it via email tomorrow. This program runs on Tuesdays. It runs from kind of middle of October till end of November. There is a smaller stipend associated with this program because, as I mentioned, this is a pilot program for us, and then we encourage you to apply to Summer Company, which has a larger stipend. And there are also not as many milestones and not as many things that you need to complete as part of this program, and it is a condensed program as well. Another exciting program for this fall and our opportunity is the Entrepreneur in Residence. So we really saw an increase this past year of the amount of students that are wanting to reach out to, chat through their business idea, potentially meet with a mentor, regardless of if they are in the Hub Incubator or not. And so we wanted to make sure that every student at the University of Guelph can chat with an expert and really get not only some coaching on their business idea, but also set them up on the right path. Because as I mentioned, Guelph Wellington Business Center is a great connection. We have the Research Innovation Office here on campus. There's incredible student clubs and associations. And so I hope that there's something at the Wood Center that you can access, but there might also be other opportunities across campus. And so the hope with the Entrepreneur Residence is you can meet with them. They can provide some knowledge and guidance and really set you up on the right pathway to make sure that you're getting all the entrepreneurship support that you need here at the U of G. And this will essentially be the first point of contact for anyone that wants to engage with us. We'll recommend that you meet with our Entrepreneur in Residence, and meetings with them will start September 14th of this year. Moving into IgniteLab. So again, I just want to give a quick highlight of this program. So again, this is one of our Hub Incubator programs. It is in our winter semester, and this is again for that innovative and scalable products or software as a service. This is for students who have already validated that business idea, and now you're preparing for a soft launch. So maybe that is applying to another incubator, another accelerator. Maybe you're launching at the farmer's market if you're a food-based venture. And this is more focused on branding, finances, go-to-market strategies. And this one, by the end of this program, we really hope that you have a polished pitch deck, and maybe you're looking at pre-seed funding or, again, applying to other incubators or accelerators. The eligibility, so same as our IgniteLab, it's University of Guelph students or recent alumni. Applications should open about early November. They'll close in December. We'll also do another information session. We will have an in-person one as well as a virtual one. Same thing, sessions will be Thursdays from 10 to 12. It runs about middle of January to early April. There's a $3,000 stipend with this program, and then we finish off with the IgniteLab Expo. This is a flagship event for us where the businesses set up in the University Center. You can see here all of their branding is incredible. We match them with the designer so they can get a logo designed, and this is a really great opportunity for folks to practice pitching their business to whoever comes to their booth. Because the event is open to the public, you might have someone within industry. There might be a faculty, a staff member, a student, potentially an angel investor. So it's a really great opportunity to practice what a little trade show is like. I know that was a lot of information to throw out in just about 20 minutes, but hopefully it gave a better overview of the center and the programs that we have, and specifically what IgniteLab is looking like for the fall semester. You are more than welcome to email us at any time. You can follow us on social media as well. We post all of our programs and application key dates. Again, we're located in McDonald Hall, which is the first floor here. We're on the north side of campus. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to see some questions. So I will stop sharing. I'm going to take a look in the Q&A, and we'll just kind of reiterate some of the questions, any that we have. And then again, this will be recorded, so you can more than welcome to watch it back if you wanted to gather some information. So I will kind of leave it open for a few seconds to see if any folks have any questions. But if not, we will end the session there. And thanks so much to everyone for attending. Right. Great question here from Caitlin. So for a team participating in the program, do both members need to attend all the sessions, or can they alternate? We strongly encourage that both students attend, just because there are key points of the program that need to be addressed every single week. So we do encourage that both members need to be there for every session. If one member isn't able to be there for all of them, then we would typically suggest that just one of the founders attends all the sessions. They're kind of our key point of contact. And then we have had situations where maybe the co-founder will still attend the pitch competition in the audience, but typically we would advise that if there are two co-founders, they need to both be at every single session. All right, so I see Alex answered a question there earlier about mandatory attendance. So unfortunately, with academic conflicts, we need to ensure that students are at all the sessions just to meet the mandate for receiving the stipend as well. That is why we're expanding our programming as well. So if the Hub Incubator isn't the right fit for you, you can still get all of the great coaching through the Entrepreneur in Residence. And then we're also hoping to launch a webinar series next winter where we will have recorded sessions that are very similar to the Hub. So we'll maybe have a session on legal, a session on finance. So you can watch those and get access to those recordings from guest speakers and then still meet the Entrepreneur in Residence. Right, so we'll see another question here. So can you participate in the program multiple times if you want to pursue multiple business ventures in different years? You cannot. So you are only eligible to be a part of IgniteLab once, LaunchLab once, etc. The great thing about the Hub Incubator program is while you are working on a specific venture, you are really gaining the skills and the resources that can be applied to any venture down the line. So we had a great student, her name was Dominique. She launched a business with us called Happy Era. It was a very successful business. She was running it full time. She then closed the business a few years ago and has now joined as the president of Beck's Broth. And she's taken what she was still taught in our program and applied it to that business. So you are only eligible to do the program once, but you'll still be able to use what you were taught in the program and apply it to all the different other business ventures that you may pursue in the future. Great question about can we see success stories? Absolutely. So I'd encourage you to look at our social media, so LinkedIn and Instagram, to see when we highlight our success stories. I would say Dom is definitely a great success story as the president of Beck's Broth. So they've developed a powdered bone broth and they are launching all across Canada. They actually just won a Shelfie Award, which is a very high award if you're in the CPG industry. We had Acidly go through our program. So the two founders were in food science. They essentially developed different vinegars, and one of their co-founders was featured under the Forbes 30 Under 30 within the restaurant and food industry. We had a student who developed a AI platform and service for veterinarians, and he actually exited his business within 1 year. And one of our most recent success stories is Jessica. She was also a food science student here at Guelph and did her master's here, and she developed Canada's first functional dark chocolate to help with menstrual pain. So we have a lot of different success stories from various industries, and I think that's what's great about accepting applications to the Hub from various academic backgrounds, because we've seen students in the humanities, the arts, sciences, computing, and they have great, their skill set of what they want to develop their business in is like exceptional, but maybe they're lacking that business foundation. And that's exactly where the Hub steps in. We want to kind of bring all that entrepreneurial programming across campus, regardless of your academic background. A question here about, does the proposed product need to have already been developed? So not necessarily. So IgniteLab, you don't need to. We essentially are helping you validate your business idea throughout that program. We do need to see that you've done a little bit of work into it. So again, it can't be something that you maybe developed the night before. We need to see that you have put a little bit of time and thought into it, but it does not need to be something that you've already determined is feasible and will, do well in the marketplace. That's essentially the whole purpose of IgniteLab, is to help you validate the product. Question here about, how do students balance the Hub and academic responsibilities? Great question. You are definitely a student first, and we want to be super accommodating. That being said, it is a competitive program, and so we do ask in the application, how many hours can you dedicate to the program? If you're looking at that 2-hour session of class that you have with the Hub Incubator and Erin, and then also maybe a few hours each week working on your milestones, it definitely can add some time to your academic schedule. However, I do find that the students that that we have within the Hub Incubator are go-getters. They're very eager. They want to work towards their business. We always make sure that there are supports available for you to help you kind of balance out your time. We want to make sure that the schedule is accommodating to milestones, and we try and avoid milestones being due during the academic semester where midterms are really heavy. And we always give, students maybe an extra week to apply to Launch Lab if they're already in IgniteLab. So we're very accommodating. That being said, it is a competitive program where we do need you to meet the milestones to receive your stipend. So we're always accommodating and supportive, but we do encourage students to put the work in because it is a great program that if you put, all your effort into it, you're going to get a lot out of the program. So yeah, feel free to continue to pop in your questions here, and either Alex will respond back to them or I can answer them live as well. We will send a follow-up email as well to folks tomorrow. You will receive an automated one tonight for attending, but we will send one tomorrow, and that will kind of highlight what we talked about. It'll include the link to the recording. It'll include the link to the Venture Lab applications, the Hub applications, our website, and our social media. And we also encourage folks to pop into the space in the fall semester. So again, pop by, tour the space, chat with anyone. And we want to make sure that whether it is Hub or it's another opportunity, that we're kind of setting you up on the right pathway. A question here about how many businesses ideas move forward in the Ignite Launch Lab. So I'll kind of two different ways I can kind of interpret this question. So one way, if you're asking how many folks go from IgniteLab into Launch Lab, it is a pretty popular stream. So I would say from this past fall semester, out of the 7 companies that we had go through IgniteLab, 5 of them went into Launch Lab, and then we admitted 3 new businesses that went directly into Launch Lab. So it is quite competitive for Launch Lab because many students will kind of go from IgniteLab into Launch Lab. They do still have to apply though. And then if you're asking about how many are still operational after going through the program, so we do connect back with our founders and say, are they still applying to different accelerators? Are they applying to different incubators? From this past semester, I know that 2 of our companies went into Boundless Accelerator, which is another great opportunity within the Guelph ecosystem. So they are actively in another incubator and accelerator. We have 1 student who's really working on their product development. So they're continuing to work with a mentor to looking at, how do they actually develop their product. They had a hydrogen water. We had 2 other students that are still in school, so they're still kind of in the early stages of their business. And then there are 2 students that chose to not move forward with their business. But for us, we are not measuring our success on whether you launch your business or not. Of course, it's a great success metric, and we always love hearing about our success stories. But really, our key mandate and what we're focused on is we're giving students the skills that they need. So we've had many students that, go through the Hub Incubator program, develop the skill set, learn all these resources, and then they actually develop a business 5 years later down the road. So it's not necessarily that you're launching right after the Hub, because again, we're focused on that early stage incubation. We're preparing you for a soft launch, and we want to make sure that you have all the skills that you need to kind of launch your business, but also just be, have that skill set of what it's like to think like an entrepreneur. How many are accepted into Ignite? It really depends on the applicant pool. We did receive a high number of applications last year. However, I will say a few of them, the reason they weren't admitted into the program is because they didn't have, they hadn't really put a lot of effort and time into preparing their application, in the sense of I can tell it was maybe just an idea that they had thought about like a week or 2 ago. But really, I would say out of the applications, about 25% of them were accepted, because we only have 8 to 10 spots, but it really does vary based on the applicant pool. But it is a competitive program. If you have any questions about your application, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. But I encourage you to preview the questions as well. Great question, Adam. So other opportunities, there's a long list of ones, not only just ones that we offer at the Wood Center, but also across campus. So Venture Lab is another one. So that is the program that we're running with the Guelph Wellington Business Center. And again, that's for businesses that are, maybe more like side gig or a side hustle. Maybe you've already kind of worked through the business idea and you need more entrepreneurship coaching. So that is a 6-week program. Applications are open for that one as well. The other option is our entrepreneur in residence. So that is where you can receive free one-to-one coaching and meet with an entrepreneur in residence and then potentially meet with a mentor in a specific industry. We also have an open mic pitch night happening in November of this year. We're just finalizing the date, so that will be released shortly. That's an opportunity to connect with like-minded students and actually pitch your business idea at the Bull Ring on campus. Within the makerspace, Alex and his team run about 10 workshops this semester that is more focused on learning the equipment within the makerspace. So if you're more interested in that like innovation, creative side, the makerspace is a great option for that. We also work really closely with Enactus, which is a student club here, and they're running an all-day ideathon in October. We have, Alex, if I'm missing any, pop any into the chat there. The Research Innovation Office works with graduate students who are looking to commercialize their research, so that's a great opportunity. And then the Guelph Wellington Business Center is a really big one that I want to push. They have incredible webinars, resources. Summer Company is a great option for folks if the IgniteLab doesn't work with their timing. And I believe those are the main ones for the fall. Again, I will send a follow-up email tomorrow. And then Adam, I would encourage you to meet with our entrepreneur residents in the fall semester because they can also map out other opportunities for you. Right. Well, again, kind of feel free to keep popping your questions in the chat here. Oh, the sprint. Thank you, Alex. I forgot about this one. So this would be a great opportunity to attend as well. So going back for those of you that were here in the beginning of the presentation, we had the IdeaLab programs. That's our 6-week virtual program that's focused on more of like the entrepreneurial mindset and how do you find problems worth solving. And we run a condensed version of IdeaLab in the fall semester. I believe, if I can remember the date, it's October 26th off the top of my head. This is a 2.5-hour workshop where we're going to essentially do a condensed version of IdeaLab. We're going to have different activities. It's going to be very dynamic. It's a hands-on workshop, again, meeting like-minded individuals. And that's a really great opportunity to potentially meet co-founders as well, because maybe you have more of like the business mindset and you connect with someone in the tech side. And that's a great opportunity to attend. We order pizza that night, and it's just a really nice kind of tangible skill set workshop. And that'll either be run by Erin or our entrepreneur in residence as well. All of our events, as Alex mentioned, they will be posted on Griff Life and they will be uploaded onto our website by end of next week. And again, encourage everyone to meet with the EIR and they'll kind of set you up on the right pathway because we are just kind of one part of the ecosystem here on campus. There's so many different other options. We want to make sure that we're kind of setting you up on the right pathway. All right, we'll give it another minute here or two to see if there's any other questions. I think we've captured them all so far. Our makerspace is open Monday to Friday from 9 to 4, starting September 8th, I believe. So you're more than welcome to pop in and, connect with one of us. If either Alex or Free would be happy to chat with you and kind of give you a postcard that highlights all of our programming. Again, follow us on social media. So it's maybe Alex, you can post the link to our LinkedIn and our Instagram in the chat. That would be awesome. I'll include them in the follow-up email as well, but we post all of our announcements on there, and that's a great spot to see kind of everything that's happening. And we have had some times where we will decide to run an event or a program within 2 weeks based on the students' needs. So always stay up to date on our social media and our website because that's where all the kind of current events are posted there. So Alex will pop them perfect in the chat there. So definitely encourage you to give us a follow on those platforms. And that's where we share kind of everything happening. And we also share some success stories as well. All right. I don't think I see any other questions popping in. So Alex is going to post one more link there, which is great. So I will end the presentation here, but thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that was helpful to provide some more information on not only what we're doing at the center, but specifically IgniteLab that's happening in the next few weeks. So I encourage you to submit those applications. Again, you've got just under a month until they close. Definitely reach out to us via email and hopefully we will see you on campus in the next few weeks. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll chat soon.